again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you here. Today is May 30th, 2020, the last weekend in May. Oh my gosh. Here we go. June is right around the corner. I'm just filled with very obvious statements this morning, aren't I? Thank you for being with us, dear ones. I tell you, I haven't talked about it here in a bit because I promised I wouldn't, but there's a number of us doing this 21-day visioning journey that happens about an hour and 15 minutes ago it started. So we do it every morning for 45 minutes. I get a little bit of time in between, and then we come over here to prayer time. And it has been such a great practice. And because of such, I'm always up a little earlier and a little more alive. And honestly, I've had a chance to check my news feed, which is can be an interesting experience when in the middle of your spiritual practice. And I was reminded, I've heard, we've had this argument, this debate, let's say, over in New Thought all the time. Do you watch the news or you do not watch the news? A lot of people say, I don't watch the news because I don't want to fill my head with all that junk. A lot of people say, I watch the news because that's where the prayers are needed. That's where the prayer work is needed to be done. And I find that for myself, it's a little bit of both. I don't watch the news, but I allow information and I allow news to come into me. And I'm very discerning in what news outlets or media outlets I follow and which ones I believe. And I saw a prayer request from another minister this morning on, not even on social media, on a private pro thing. And I love this person put it really succinctly. We're dealing with a virus and a call for healing on the physical level. And we're dealing with an economic piece that there needs to be healing. And that's happening predominantly in our mental level, in our mental bodies. And then there is this systemic racism in America specifically that we absolutely must heal and is being called to heal in our physical, our mental, our emotional, our spiritual bodies, in the body of everything, in the body of this country. So there's a lot going on and a lot of places we could be praying, right? How about we do some shout outs and say good mornings before we figure out where this prayer is going. Leandra, good morning, dear one. So grateful to see you with us. And Laura Lee, so grateful to see you as well. Wayne Baldwin, God with always. Yes. Sorry, I stumbled over your words there. Thank you for being with us. Suzanne, so great to see you here this morning as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always good to see that smile and profile picture. I love that. Tina, thank you for being with us as well, Tina. Good to see you here. Gratitude does get it going. Gratitude gets it all moving. Good morning, Deborah from Tucson. Good morning, good morning. Great seeing you. Glad you're with us. Did I say good morning to Ursula? I don't know if I did. Good morning, Ursula. I would not want to forget her. Ursula never misses a prayer. Even if it's a little later in her day, never misses a prayer. Good for you. Good for you, dear one. I'm glad you're with us. So I'm going to launch into it. I'm going to let Spirit take me where Spirit takes me. But health, abundance, prosperity, and a deep, deep healing for the deeply rooted false beliefs in separation, especially separation around color of skin. It's where the world is right now. And so I recognize that right now, right where I am, God is. I recognize right here, right now, that as I sit here, that there is a oneness, the God of all, the God of the Alpha and the Omega, the all of all, is expressing itself through and as my life. That this oneness, there is this one source of everything that's necessary, all the people and all the opportunities and all the resources and all the stuff, all the belief patterns, all of that, it's all part of God. What we believe, what we see, what we experience, what's in our lives, what's showing up, it's all God. From every blooming flower to every raindrop, every star hanging in the sky to every grain of sand washing up on a beach. Oneness, the allness of life. And I know that one, God, as the source, the supply, the never-ending wellspring of love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well-being, abundance, prosperity. I recognize God as that one self-existent cause that is forever taking on form and then abandoning that form in order to take on new form. I know God expressing itself as my life perfectly, whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing absent. And as I know that truth of my life, I know that must be true of all life. So that must be true of your life. That must be true of the lives of each one that are here on this broadcast at this moment. And those listening at another time, maybe even in another dimension, each one that hears these words, part of the allness, part of the giant oneness that is God's life expressing on planet Earth and beyond. And so I know that everyone that hears these words is a divine messenger, a divine conduit, a divine gift to this thing called life, to this evolutionary process we know as life. For what's happening in life is God is forever recreating itself, evolving itself, expressing itself newly, abandoning the old forms and the old belief systems and the things that no longer work. We bless all of that that is crumbling away, for it brought us to this moment, but that which is falling apart cannot take us forward, is not here to support the journey forward, the journey onward. And so what is happening is the old is dissolving and dissipating back into the nothingness from whence it came, and in its place is a new nothingness, a new somethingness, a new way of being on the planet, new systems, new ideas, new methods in all aspects of life, in our education system, in our political system, in our transport systems, in our logistics systems, in all of it. And so I know there is a great healing happening on the physical level going on across the planet. There are those affected and making their transition into another plane of existence, yes, and there is a great healing going on within each one that remains here on this planet. Each one there is, and so we are in that place. I invite you to join in that place of knowing that this virus works its course, lives its life, and then dissipates into the nothingness from whence it came, for it is no longer necessary. As we awaken to the healing that is happening, as we awaken to the gift that this virus has brought, it will die and dissipate and drift off into the nothingness from whence it came. As it no longer serves, it is no longer necessary, and it will dissipate. And I know that same thing is happening across our planet in the inequity of financial resources and reserves, that as this expression of greed and hoard and avarice is no longer necessary, it will dissipate, and there will be equality, equity across the plane, across the world, across the planet. We are moving in that direction. We are making that happen right now, simply by affirming that, yes, this is true. Yes, this is the way God is. It is. This is the way God is. Equal, fair, equitable. It is only through the human condition that freedom, that equity gets perverted. It is only through the human experience that we create limitations and belief systems around more and less and poverty and rich and the super rich and And so I claim for each hearing these words a deep sense of knowing, of really knowing. There is more than enough financial resources, more than enough money out there for everyone. And that everything necessary for your life can come and does come to you exactly as necessary. There is no need to worry or concern ourselves around the financial aspects of our lives because God's got this. God is our source. God is the supply, and God is paying the bills. We each have the ability to affirm and know that even beyond my human experience, everything is taken care of. Everything is happening as it must. And so I can tap into God's bank account. I can let God pay the bills because it's never really I doing the work anyway. I am simply the conduit through which God gets its work done. I know the same truth for each and every one here, that we may tap into that infinite wellspring at any moment for any reason, simply by knowing and recognizing God as source, unlimited source. And so therefore the only limit that we may experience in our good is that which we place upon ourselves, is our own ability to accept that good. And the more good I can imagine for myself, the more good I affirm for myself, the more good shows up in my world. The more financial security I imagine and I envision and I affirm in my life, the more that financial security is assured and demonstrates. That is the way the law works. That is the way God works. And I know that same thing is happening at the even greater level in the American culture in North America as we witness the dying, gasping breath of racism. For perhaps this day is the day, and I claim for each one listening to these words to lend a voice and make this day a day of saying no more, a day of expressing that I too shall stand with my brothers and sisters, no matter the color, no matter the race, no matter the tradition, no matter the belief. We are all one human family, and I stand here in concert with everyone that can hear these words, knowing that together we create a mighty force, knowing that together we create a mighty healing power that it can encircle this globe, that is in fact already encircling this planet, to bring forth healing, true, authentic healing, where the old belief systems die away, where those that are holding on to being oppressors, where those that are holding on to white is right and white is might and all the old systems, to all those that have any racist thoughts lingering in their heads, we claim right now a sense of all of that just dissipating, dying off, so that a new vision may emerge. So this is part of God's abandoning the old forms, and those old forms are being brought up right now so they may be consciously cast aside, and in their place we may build something new, a world of inclusion, a world of wonder, a world where one human family, where we are all recognizing and expressing our divinity, our magnificence, our unity as one. Brothers and sisters all abound. Everywhere I look, I claim for each that same deep knowing that at the center of this all, God's got this. No matter what, God's got this. And there is a great revelation, a great vision revealing itself right now, and I am grateful to be witness to it, grateful to be a part of the team that's bringing this forward, grateful to release this word into the law, knowing God's got it and nothing more. There's nothing more that need be said. No question about how or when or why any of this comes into form. I rest in a complete and deep assurance that this word, this prayer, is done in the mind of God, whole, complete, and already being manifest. So I get out of the way. Releasing the word into the law, I get out of the way, I let go, and I let God be God. And I invite anyone that is vibrated, is in agreement, is in alignment, feels the truth of any one word spoken here today, to please join in an affirmation of that truth as we say together. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones. I'm so grateful for you to be with us. I want to share a couple things before we go here this morning. Number one, great news. We New Thought Media Network is entering into an affiliation agreement and working on the final paperwork to be an affiliated ministry with Soul Call Ministries. I'm going to tell you a lot more about them as we go in the coming days and weeks. This is a very exciting moment and a very exciting time. And we're going to kick off a lot of this next Saturday. So just about a week and a half an hour from now. We're going to kick it off with an expansion jam where we'll share our vision, mission, purpose, share our new 50, our new nonprofit where we are in the nonprofit world and status, all that kind of stuff. Give you an opportunity to, if you want to get involved, we're going to have an event immediately following at 9:30. We're going to break out into some working groups and get some teams going. We've got some leaders stepping up to lead those teams and get us moving. It's a very, very exciting time because we are here to bring the message of New Thought into the world in a mighty and mighty powerful way. I mean, this is what we're talking about, a world of love, peace, and positively inspiring media. Our mission, uplifting human consciousness by promoting positive music, media, and entertainment. And our purpose is sharing a consciousness of love, peace, and empowerment through a variety of media streams. And that means of all the various media streams. So Facebook broadcasting, blog posts, podcasters, broadcasters, DJs, talk radio hosts, meditation leaders, New Thought leaders of all spectrum. I invite you to come play. Come be a part of this newly emerging ministry, New Thought Media Network, and I tell you, we are really excited to get all this moving together. So, and if you'd like to share some of your financial abundance with this movement and with this ministry, please send a donation, paypal.me/RevBriz. We're working on all the links for the bank accounts for the other ministry, but if you send here, just drop a note in what says New Thought Media, and we'll make sure that gets accounted to the proper accounts. And we'd appreciate your donations in moving this vision forward. So I'm out of here for now. Such a great and glorious Saturday. Have a fabulous day. We will be back this evening for evening prayers, 8:15 p.m. That happens tonight, so I'll be back for that. And please remember, this is all about prayer work and getting your prayers answered as well. So send your prayer requests, revbriz@spiritevolving.com. Send your prayer requests in, and we'll get those prayer requests. Either pray for them here on this program, or I'll drop them into my prayer book. Make sure that you're getting prayed on. And with that, I work with that book a couple times a day, making sure I'm praying for all the requests in there. So please take some time, reach out, drop me a prayer request, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thank you, dear ones. Make it a great day. Have a fabulous day. I love you. You are love. Peace and blessings.